Hello, this is Dyann Bridges, and today I want to talk about staying fresh toward life after 50. It gets tougher, I know this, but some of the tricks that I use have a lot to do with being in the moment. And I know we've heard a lot of that over the last several years, but when you really think about it and practice it, that's all we have. And being in the moment doesn't mean that you forget about memories or things that came before. But it's a way of honoring life and being fully who you are right now. Now, when you're over 50, sometimes thoughts and feelings get caught in our subconscious mind. And we've had feelings of dis-ease and anger or sadness many, many times. What being in the present moment does is help to burn all that off, like steam. So the next time that you feel something bubble up, and it's starting to make you feel a certain way or think a certain way, just staying present in the moment can help release that. It's not easy because your mind will start to pull you in certain negative directions. Your feelings will start to threaten to take over the thoughts in your mind. And then that's when a downward spiral happens. And over 50, we have to be very careful about preventing that downslide, if you will. And being in the moment does that. So maybe try that next time it happens. It's not easy. But maybe the next time you're feeling a negative emotion or negative thoughts start to come into your mind, they start to take over. Honor the moment, breathe deeply, get focused on something productive, and or become very grateful for what you have in your life, your health and all the wonderful things in your life, that even the smallest things, the fact that you're upright and you can breathe and you've got some good people in your life and a roof over your head and clean water to drink. After 50 or more years of living, we have to be very careful about what's going on in our subconscious mind. That's part of our energy system and our psychology that collects the belief, that collects the accumulated repetitive thoughts that move from our consciousness into the underlying layers. It can be very subtle, but we've all done it in some way or another. Sometimes it's very positive. The things that are the thoughts that go from our conscious mind into our subconscious mind, thinking those thoughts over and over and over again until they start to fade away into the background, into our subconscious, and become a belief system. For some, they realize, okay, they made a few mistakes, but they did a lot of things right, and perhaps whatever situation they were in, they needed to move on. Whereas other people blame themselves and think they've done most everything wrong. You think those thoughts enough, and they start to get filtered and transferred into the subconscious mind and a belief system. And that's what steals our vitality. Ideally, though, you want much of your experience to be in the present moment and then be allowed to let go. Enjoy it and then let go. Make the mistake and then let go. Starting over after 50. One of the best ways to do that is being in the present moment. It almost sounds trite. It's hard to know sometimes exactly what that means, being in the moment, until you can get the hang of just allowing your thoughts to subside and getting more deeply into your own body. And sometimes when we're in turmoil and our lives are upside down and we don't know what's going to happen next, where we're going to live, where we're going to work, how we're going to eat, the worry and the fear can come up quite strongly. And I would suggest that just going more deeply into yourself, feel that turmoil and not allow the turmoil to come up into your mind, and just sort of separate the two. it's not about getting rid of that feeling. That feeling is there for a reason. That's your consciousness churning. As it churns, it burns off all the negativity. But we've got to let our minds stay still while that happens. So it's an uncomfortable feeling sometimes. Growth and developing higher consciousness. But it's worth it. You're worth it. This life is worth it. And we need you at your highest, best self. Thanks for listening and have a very sensual day.